Hey guys, welcome back to a very special Sunday edition of the Chuckload of Comics show. This week, it is our Baltimore Comic-Con pre-show spectacular, Shauna, guys. Baltimore Comic-Con is streaming live online this year. I know what you're thinking. You don't live in Baltimore. You're not traveling to Baltimore. Well, it doesn't matter because Baltimore Comic-Con is going online for the first time ever. And we're going to basically, over the next 15, 20 minutes or so, give you a walkthrough of the entire website, talk about the guests that are showing up, the opportunities for autographs and meet and greets and cosplaying, all the cool stuff happening at Baltimore Comic-Con Live next weekend, October 23rd through the 25th, with a very special preview show on Thursday, the 22nd. So if this is your first time to the Chuckload of Comics channel, this is a little bit different of a week, but take a second, click the subscribe button. Every single Sunday, we bring you the top nerdy news going on in the world of fandom every single Sunday. So join the Chuckload of Comics family, click the subscribe button, and we'll see you here every single Sunday.
That's right. So it's well worth your while.
I completely agree.
Don't you?
So this is a massive website we got to break down for you guys. So let's go ahead and just dive right into the BaltimoreComicCon.com website. The website is BaltimoreComicConLive.com. So not BaltimoreComicCon.com. It's Baltimore Comic-Con Live. And the first thing you see right here is just a really beautiful website. It's laid out spectacularly.
I couldn't
You cruise
agree more.
on down, you get a nice little run-through of all the cool guests. We got Bill Sienkiewicz, the artist from New Mutants, Charles Soule, Darth Vader. We got Chris Cantwell, the new Iron Man. Just tons and tons of guests that we're going to get into in just a second. But I like the way this website's laid out.
No
Not
kidding.
because I made the website, but just because it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
There's stuff going on here. And if you cruise on down, you can see these are all the virtual experiences that are going on.
Oh, man.
Live Q&A panels, meet and greets, celebrity meet and greets. They're doing the Ringo Awards live.
Oh, that's cool.
So the entire world can watch the live Ringo Awards, which I happen to have on high authority that Kevin Smith is going to be hosting
What?
the Ringo Awards.
The Kevin Smith?
The Kevin Smith.
Sweet.
There's a whole panel hall just devoted to kids. So
cool.
kids content, teach kids how to draw. There's puppet shows. There's all kinds of cool stuff going on in the kids comics page. Really cool cosplay page. We're going to get into all these pages in just a second. Brought to you by the good folks at Comic Pop, Chuckload of Comics, Word Balloon, and the geniuses behind Mainframe Comic-Con. There's also places where you can buy stuff. There's retailers, there's comics and publishers, Artist Alley. We'll get into all those pages in just a second. Some cool testimonials and a little message from the people of Baltimore here. So let's go ahead and dive into some of these pages. First one I want to dive into is the meet and greets. Because one thing that fans are obviously missing at these virtual events is the opportunity to get autographs from their favorite creators.
Yeah, absolutely.
A chance to actually chat with people live one-on-one. Well, they're doing these meet and greets at Baltimore Comic-Con Live. They've got a few of them up right now. Howard Chaykin,
Nice.
who Jesus Christ, the guy's a legend in the industry. His new Spider-Man, what's it called? Anyway, his new Spider-Man book is Spotlight or something like that.
I think so.
Howard Chaykin is going to, for $30, you can purchase a ticket. You get an autographed copy of the book.
Holy
You get to
cow.
hang out. You get to talk to Mr. Howard Chaykin. They also got one for Mr. Chris Cantwell.
Sweet.
The author, the guy's taking over things over at Marvel. Chris Cantwell didn't want to take any money for any of his signings, so that $25 is just to cover shipping and all that stuff.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so you don't have to pay for all that stuff. You buy your ticket and your autographed book shows up in the mail, and you get a Zoom chat to hang out and talk with
That
Mr.
is
Chris
so
Cantwell.
cool.
Pretty cheap, $25 for an
No
autograph issue number 1.
Yeah, and considering, I know a lot of people are used to going to Comic-Cons, but you do have to pay an admission price. So
Right.
it's kind of similar. And when you go to a Comic-Con and you walk up to a table and you're talking to the artist and you get your book signed, you think, well, this is free.
But you have to pay to get in the door.
Essentially, you have to pay to get in the door. So
Yep.
if you think of it like that and you want to buy several meet and greets, it's kind of the equivalent of just paying your admission price.
Damn good point, Sean. I didn't even
Yeah.
think about it like that.
Yeah.
Also, Evil Ted Smith, all of you cosplayers, he's going to be doing a group Zoom chat where you can learn cosplay from the pro, Mr. Evil Ted
Oh,
Smith.
man, he's awesome.
So that's going to be a Zoom chat. You can sit in and you can show off your cosplay. He'll show you. He built all of this out of foam. Really, really cool looking.
cool.
I know, it's pretty amazing. And of course, Lloyd Kaufman is doing a virtual meet and greet and signings.
The
so
man.
you get a picture. You get to actually meet Lloyd Kaufman in a Zoom chat, and you get an autographed picture of him and Toxie, and he'll sign it right in front of you
Perfect.
in the Zoom chat. Really, really cool. So definitely check out those right over here where it says meet and greets. The Ringo Awards, let's talk a little bit about that. The live Ringo Awards are happening These are all the nominees. So when you click on these, it takes you to these little video rooms, which I think is kind of cool. Little screening rooms.
Oh, nice.
As they look like. Brought to you by Boom Studios and Source Point Press. 6 days till the Ringo Awards start.
Nice countdown.
These are all of the sponsors, of course. Nominees are all right there on the page, so you can kind of see who's the nominees. It's going to be like the Oscars or the Eisners streaming live in real time with
cool.
audience Q&A, the whole 9 yards. Kevin Smith is going to be making an appearance. I know Jeff Johns is going to be one of the presenters.
Sweet.
So some really, really cool people here at the Ringo Awards. This is going to be Saturday night. So definitely check out the Ringo Awards page. Going back to the homepage, I want to talk a little bit about the Kids Corner, which is pretty cool. Like I said, this is devoted just for kids programming. Teach your kids how to draw. Kids love comics, for the kids.
Yeah, something to entertain them on the weekend.
Exactly. We got
know parents want that.
Puppet party. We got cereal and doodles. All kinds of really cool stuff. Teach your kids how to draw. It's just hours and hours and hours of just kid-friendly comic book content, which I think is
cereal
absolutely...
and doodles? Is that like eating cereal and then doodling? That's so cool.
It's at like 10 o'clock in the morning, and you can eat cereal and doodle at the same time. The cosplay page, the entries for cosplay is closed, but if you're looking for any cool cosplay ideas, people from all over the world submitted their cosplays, so you can check them out, steal some ideas. It's just nice to show off people's cosplay at these cons. And we opened up the floodgates on this for just a couple of days, and we were just inundated with Marvel, DC, anime, gaming, just kind of general fandom. All that stuff's on the cosplay page, so definitely worth checking out the cosplay page for sure. So let's go ahead and dive into the live panel hall. This is the nuts and bolts of the entire show.
The backbone.
Live panels. There's still a couple more that haven't been launched on this page yet. But
and there's already so many.
There's a shitload. This is going to take a while. But so like I said, it starts this Friday, but they're doing a special Thursday pre-show that is going to be just retailer showcase. They're doing like a QVC auction kind of thing. It's not even going to be an auction. I think it's just going to be like buy now. But think of it like QVC style. We're going to have an auctioneer, for lack of a better term. The retailers themselves are going to be streaming in so they can show you the physical product.
That's so cool.
And we got just like dozens and dozens of retailers that signed up to do this.
And I'm sure it's going to be like limited edition kind of items.
It is.
Too,
They're also going to be like, okay, we only have 3 of these.
Yeah.
So you got to watch kind of the whole thing to get an idea of what you want to watch.
Sweet.
Basically, the navigation of the page is you go to this live panels page, and that's where you pretty much get to everything. So on Thursday, if you want to do the retailer show, you just come on here, hit enter. It takes you right into the viewing room for the retailer showcase. So you can just hang out in this viewing room. Little movie theater screen right here. Starts in 5 days and 44 minutes.
I love how every room has a countdown.
Yeah,
That's
and
great.
it's counting down to their own specific kind of things.
Yeah.
Going back to the full schedule. So that's Thursday night is the retailer showcase. That's going to be an absolute blast. But kicking off the actual con, it kicks off Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern, so 2 p.m. Pacific. They're kicking it off with a really cool AWA panel, the Artists, Writers, and Artisans.
Nice.
Creative inspirations for winter lineup. We got Axel Alonso, the former editor-in-chief of Marvel. Cullen Bunn's going to be on this thing. Carrie Andrews, Nelson Blake, Ethan Sachs. Awesome people kicking off the entire con right after that in the same room. And again, all you got to do if you want to go see this, come here 5 o'clock Eastern on Friday. Click enter.
100% free.
100% free. Just takes you right into the screening room, and it's going to be screening right here in the screening room. So really easy to navigate through all this stuff. Some of the other awesome panels that are happening over the weekend. Right after that one, you kick right into the Justice League Bwahaha panel.
Nice.
So a lot of the original creators of the Justice League, freaking J.M. DeMatteis, that's freaking awesome.
Wow.
Just talking about the 80s, 90s, 70s Justice League stuff, telling the story of making the Justice League.
That's so cool.
Right after that at 7 o'clock, you got Brian Michael Bendis and Jerry Conway. Holy shit. That's a killer panel.
Wow.
Talking about Superman and Spider-Man. You know, Bendis is currently doing Superman over at DC, but he really became super famous doing all of his books over at Marvel, including The Ultimate Spider-Man. And Jerry Conway, I mean, is the guy that invented the Punisher.
Right?
In the Spider-Man comic.
Oh, man.
So that's going to be awesome. All these panels are approximately 1 hour long. So right after that one, 8 o'clock on Friday, inside the comic studio, some of the top names. Dennis Cowan, old school Black Panther writer. Bill Sienkiewicz, artist for New Mutants. Walt Simonson, the fucking god, legend.
Walt Simonson!
I mean, Jesus Christ. Creator of Beta Ray Bill, Mr. Walt Simonson. And Howard Chaykin, a gentleman who I absolutely adore. And this is going to be hosted by Dean Haspel. really cool. They're just going to be talking about working in the comic book industry in the studio. It's like inside the actor's studio, but in comics from 1985. All the cool shit that was going on in 1985.
That's so cool.
Also, Friday night, the Drink and Draw. Tickets are sold out if you want to participate in the Drink and Draw, but you can watch. So the Drink and Draw at 9 o'clock Eastern on Friday. Mm-hmm. What they're going to be doing, we got all the top names in comics are going to be sitting around drinking and sketching on these little tiny coasters.
Nice.
So all the people that purchase tickets get to sit in, and they get a free. Well, they get a walk away with an original piece of art.
That's so cool.
We've got some awesome people signed up for this. Like,
isn't Joel Jones? I think is one. And
Joel Jones, I don't think. Wound up doing it, but we got Tim Seeley, we got Ryan Stegman, for God's sake, Becky Cloonan, Megan Hutchinson, some killer artists. So if you can't sit in on it, at least you can sit and watch these people get drunk and sketch.
Yeah, from personal experiences. I mean, we've gone to live drink and draws before, and it's just a blast being there. Like we never walked out with any art. So if you got a ticket and you're lucky enough to get that, fantastic, but also it's amazing to just be there and watch.
There's going to be a lot of drunks, a lot of drinking going on as people are sketching on these little tiny coasters. So that'll be a lot of fun to watch. I think that's running for like 2 hours straight. Then at 11 o'clock on Friday, rounding out Friday, the Harley Quinn animated series.
Oh, man.
We've got the producer and showrunner coming, talking about the animated series, because it just got renewed again, I believe, on HBO Max. So he's going to be talking about the creation of this award-winning, massively popular show,
Sweet.
What to look forward to in the future in Harley Quinn, and all of that is just Friday.
Oh my gosh.
So then we all take a nap, and we kick things off again on Saturday. 10 a.m. kicks off the Kids Loves Comics page.
Nice.
So that starts 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific. Get up, eat your cereal.
Yeah.
And so that's going to run all day long as the Kids Comics.
That's awesome.
So if you come here, just click on here. It'll take you directly to the Kids page. We're kicking off like a 5-hour Ringo Awards nominee spotlight.
Oh, nice.
Because Saturday's the Ringo Awards, so there's going to be a lot of build-up to the live Ringo Awards on Saturday, and so we're getting all the nominees that want to take place to kind of come on the camera, talk about their projects, talk about their excitement level for being nominated for Ringos. That'll be really fun. We've got a lot of cool celebrity guest hosts. They're going to be hosting panels, because this is going to have like 15 panels in it.
Wow.
So it's going to run for like 6 hours of just nominees, and that's all going to be happening in the Ringo Hall, which you just hit this enter button and it takes you right in there. Kicking off in the main hall is Mark Miller. Mark Miller is kicking off at noon Eastern on Saturday. Miller's Pub.
This when I first heard about this blew my mind. I'm so excited for this. I am jumping right in on that one.
Yes, because he's going to be drinking and stuff with the host.
Yeah.
He said he wants to play some trivia, so he's going to be playing like some Trivia Pursuit comic book style. It's just going to be an hour of fun with Mark Miller. If you've never met Mark Miller, he's the awesomest guy in the world. Irish dude, freaking cool guy. So he's going to be kicking things off at noon. After that, Twisted presents Haunted High Ones. This is Dirk Manning, and Twisted, is the band that was kind of a spinoff of the Insane Clown Posse. They couldn't make it to the panel, unfortunately, because they're touring, or they're in the studio working on a new album, but they're talking about their comic, Haunted High Ones, which is basically based on the Twisted characters. So the creators of that book are going to be there. After that, 1 o'clock, Garth Ennis, Creator Spotlight.
Oh my God.
Creator of The Boys, Preacher. I mean, Jesus Christ, his list of credits go on for days. He's going to be talking at 1 o'clock, going on in the main panel hall. There's also another panel at 1 o'clock on Saturday that we haven't announced yet, but it is going to be awesome. It might be that King in Black new comic book series with Ryan Stegman and Donnie Cates talking about what to expect in King in Black. Right after that, Terry Moore. I mean, Jesus Christ, one of the most famous, current indie comic book creators. This one's going to be hosted by our good friend Amy Dallin from Collider Heroes.
Nice.
She's going to be on there hosting, talking to Terry Moore at 2 o'clock. These are all Q&A panels, so you'll be able to get in the chat room and actually ask your questions to people like Terry Moore.
Yeah.
They're going to ask them right there on camera, so all that's going to be very linkable from the page itself. So if you want to see Terry Moore, just come here at 2 o'clock, click on enter, it'll take you into that room.
So cool. I mean, we're not kidding when you say that Baltimore is the #1 convention for creators. I mean, and this schedule is just showing that. Like, slam dunk.
Nobody said no.
Ryan Stegman, like Tom King,
oh my
all
God.
these people.
We're talking to
it's hitherto undreamt of.
It is. We're talking to Scott Snyder. We're talking about all kinds of people that want to get in. Those haven't even been announced yet. At 2 o'clock, we got Terror in the Pages, which is the making of a horror comic book. We got all the top horror comic book writers, people like Tim Seeley, coming in. Cullen Bunn wanted to do this, but his son is doing his karate class or something that day. He's going for his black belt or something, so he couldn't make it. But
understandable, Cullen.
Still, we got a lot of great people who write horror comic books coming right up in here. 3 o'clock, Louise Simonsen, absolute legend in the industry. She pretty much ran everything back in Marvel with her husband, Walt Simonson, from back in the 70s and 80s. So she's going to be kind of taking a trip down memory lane, talking to our host, Christy Blanche, talking about working in the day and all the great things. I mean, Louise Simonsen is like the godmother,
the queen
of comics, man. So she's going to be sitting around for an hour talking to Christy Blanche. At 3 o'clock, also in another panel hall, we got Evil Ted Smith.
Sweet!
Creating foam cosplay. He's going to be doing an actual live cosplay build. He's going to be doing a foam build right there on camera. Not sure what he's going to build. It's probably not going to be something as intricate as this helmet over here, but he might make some sort of a helmet or a shoulder piece or a chest piece or something like that. He's going to show you the tricks of how to make this stuff in a 1-hour panel.
For free.
Totally for free, and hosted by yours truly, Mr. Chuck Lindsay.
That's right.
Going to be moderating that one. So check that out at 3 o'clock on Saturday. Right after that, also something I'm hosting is the Totally Awesome Comic Book Game Show.
Nice.
A.K.A. Stump Tom Brevoort, exclusive editor over at Marvel for years and years and years. We're doing like a game show style thing where it's going to be trying to stump him. We're doing like a Hollywood Squares round. We're doing like a Win Ben Stein's Money type round. We got some awesome secret comic book creators that are going to jump in and
oh my gosh,
play the game show. If you want to be part of this game show, hit us up. We'll see if we can get you actually on the show. We do have a couple holes left to fill for contestants. So
that is so
that should
cool.
be a lot of fun.
Can I be a contestant?
You can't. You might be the scorekeeper.
Aww.
But you could maybe. We'll get you on camera.
Okay.
Somehow. 4 o'clock also going on. We got Robert Meyer Burnett hosting the Spies Like Comics panel. It's a panel specifically about spy comics, James Bond,
That's awesome.
international men of mystery and women of mystery, just talking about spy comics. Stephanie Phillips, Jeff Parker. That should be kind of cool because Robert Meyer Burnett is a massive James Bond fan.
Yeah.
And so he really wanted to do that one. After that, Shelley Bond Spotlight at 5 o'clock. Shelley Bond's been called the most mod editor of them all by Comics Beat magazine. DC Vertigo. She was the executive editor up until very recently. So she's just going to be talking about, her history and working as an editor, a female editor in the comic book industry.
So cool.
After that, we got Dennis Hopeless Hallam.
Nice.
Is going to be joining us. X-O-Man of War, Spider-Man, Darth Vader. He did that cool Spider-Man comic book that was based on the video game, the Spider-Man video game. So he's going to be sitting down for a whole hour talking about his stuff he's doing over at Valiant Comics. That one's actually brought to you by Valiant Comics. God, we got so many. Then
this is all still Saturday.
This is all still Saturday. We haven't gotten into Sunday, and Sunday's huge. The Ringo Awards red carpet pre-show. So this is our lead up, the countdown to the live Ringo Awards. We've got a red carpet preview featuring people like Tom King, Scotty Young, Mark Waid, Mitch Gerads. All these people are coming on, saying what Mike Ringo meant to them.
Oh my gosh.
It's going to be, I think, 2 hours of just kind of red carpet pre-show.
That's so cool.
Who are you wearing? What are you working on? Maybe some nominees in there.
I can't wait to hear that during the COVID times. Who are you wearing? Well, I'm wearing Calvin Klein underwear.
Yep. So that's a 2-hour red carpet pre-show, and that kicks off the 8 o'clock 2020 Ringo Awards live. Never been done. Never been streaming online before. This is the first time. And if you look right here, host Mr. Kevin Smith.
What?
Still working out the bugs, but Kevin Smith, we have it on the highest authority, is going to be, at least in the first part of the show, he's going to be hosting, and then he's going to hand it off to other presenters.
Sounds
people
good.
like Jeff Johns, people like the top names in the industry are going to be presenting the awards throughout the show.
Cool.
But it's going to be so freaking cool. That's going to run for like 3 hours, the Ringo Awards.
Nice.
After that, the show Lucifer. We've got behind the scenes of Lucifer, Joe Henderson, who's the producer and showrunner of the show. He's going to come on, talk about the behind the scenes, everything that's going on at Lucifer, which just came over to Netflix a little while ago and just took off.
Oh.
So he's going to be sitting down with John Suntress at Word Balloon talking about that. And finally, wrapping up Sunday, and this one, or Saturday, this could go on all night long, is the Dungeons & Dragons live gameplay.
Nice.
We've got Jim Zub, Tom Akel, Troy Little, Cecil Castellucci, Joel Daly, and many, many others doing a live, 3-hour Dungeons & Dragons play.
This is like the top tier of Dungeons & Dragons
It really is.
players.
And this doesn't kick off until 11 o'clock. So this is probably going to go until 1 in the morning.
11 Eastern.
11 Eastern, 8 Pacific. So that rounds out Saturday.
Oh, my goodness.
If you thought it couldn't have gotten any better, I'm sure you guys have changed the channel by now, but check out Sunday. Kicking off Sunday, we've got Strange Academy, the creators of the new smash hit comic book Strange Academy, Scotty Young and Humberto Ramos.
Wait a minute. Did you say Scotty Young?
Yes.
You're kidding me. He never does these things.
He doesn't really do virtual Comic-Cons ever. And we hit him up.
Young.
We told him it was Baltimore, and he said, absolutely, I'll do it, 100%. So Scotty Young, Humberto Ramos, talking about their new book. I don't know if you guys have read Strange Academy, but it's freaking great. The art is phenomenal by Humberto, and the writing is just hilarious by Scotty Young. So, and I'm going to be hosting that one too, which is kind of fun. I've never had a chance to really deep dive with Scotty Young. I do have a lot of stories I'd like to share with him because we've seen him at cons numerous times at the bar and throughout the con floor. So I'd like to chat with him a little bit about that. Right after that, also at 12 o'clock. So these are going to be running at the same time in different halls as the web comics panel.
Nice.
What's next in digital? We got some of the top names in web comics coming out for this. We got Dean Hayspell and, of course, Sanford Green, who does that Bitterroot book, which is not a web comic, but it's just one of the projects that he's done. So some pretty cool stuff. If you're interested in web comics, you don't know much about web comics, definitely check out that panel. And then at 1 o'clock, back for another round with Mainframe is Al Ewing.
Oh my goodness!
Awesome Q&A panel, and Al Ewing's great. Yeah. And if you didn't get your questions in the last time he was at Mainframe, check this out. We're going to be asking a shitload of viewer questions on the Al Ewing panel. But I'm most excited about this little reunion right here of hosts. We got Coy Jandreau and Amy Dallin.
Oh, cool!
The former hosts of Collider Heroes are coming back together again. The two of them are teaming up to interview Al Ewing and take your questions, talk about Immortal Hulk, talk about his new book, We Only Find Them When They're Dead.
Immortal She-Hulk also.
Immortal She-Hulk also. He's got a lot of cool stuff. I just can't wait to see this panel. Because, I mean, just Coy and Amy are phenomenal. Mm-hmm. Al's awesome.
And again, they'll be taking your questions.
And they'll be taking your live questions. All you got to do, if you're not paying attention, click this enter button. That will take you into the virtual screening room.
Yet another cool countdown.
Yeah. So that's cool countdowns. Let me go ahead and go back to the schedule page here. So much going on this website.
I love it. It's just so seamless.
It's a fun website.
It's super seamless.
It's easy to get around. Mm-hmm. Let's cruise back down to... God, there's so many panels.
I know.
It's crazy.
Get back to Sunday.
All right, so back to Sunday. 1 o'clock. This is going on the same time as the Al Ewing, as the life drawing, for real life drawing. We got this gentleman right here, Christian Gossett, is going to be sketching this girl, Shadia Ellis, and she's going to be modeling, and they're going to actually be doing live sketching with an actual live model. She's going to do two. I think one is going to be a cosplay where she's dressed up, I believe, as Spider-Gwen.
That's so cool.
And then I think she's doing one like in a bathing suit or something like that.
The opportunities that are available at this con to like view these things is unbelievable. I've never seen anything or heard about anything like that for free. Yep. So that's so cool.
You get to watch a free live drawing. Yeah. And they'll be talking about, why it's better to draw a life model rather than just drawing something from memory. So that'll be really a cool one. 2 o'clock, we got Dave Gibbons being interviewed by Tom King. Dave Gibbons, is the artist of The Watchmen.
Oh, my gosh.
And tons of other awesome books. Tom King, you know who Tom King is. Batman, Vision.
Do we even have to say?
Strange Adventures, frickin' Mr. Miracle. Tom King's going to be interviewing Mr. Dave Gibbons about all kinds of
That's so cool.
Totally awesome stuff. So they get excited about that one. Also at 2 o'clock, here comes the Boom, the president and founder of Boom Studios.
Nice.
He's going to be doing a whole panel just talking about what's coming up with Boom Studios. Boom Studios is just massive.
No kidding.
They do stuff with Keanu Reeves. They do stuff with the Power Rangers. They do all those Stranger Things.
Stranger Things.
All that kind of cool shit. All that licensed properties. They do all those cool.
Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Yeah. Shit like that. So that's pretty cool. At 3 o'clock, we have Autobiography in Comics, which is basically people like the widely beloved Stan Sakai, as you can see right here, talking about, putting your own life into comic books, writing comic books sort of about what you've experienced, kind of like that book Mouse and
that
stuff
sounds
like that.
like a cry or a tearjerker.
It might be a tearjerker of a panel. So if you don't want to watch that one and you want something a little more lighthearted, also at 3 o'clock, we got Star Wars Comics. All the creators who made all the cool Star Wars books. Again, Cullen Bunn wanted to do this one too, but he didn't have the time. But we got Charles Soule, we got Katie Cook, we got Greg Pak, who's doing a fucking awesome run of Darth Vader.
Oh, man.
Mike Morici, who does the Star Wars Adventures books. But Charles Soule, did that long-ass awesome run of Darth Vader.
Yeah.
So we're just talking about Star Wars comic books with all these awesome people at 3 o'clock for a whole hour. All of our panels are completely Q&A, so get in there. Get your questions in the live chat. Talk about Star Wars. And then, 4 o'clock. This is the one I'm super duper excited about. Mr. John Campea.
Oh my gosh.
Coming to Baltimore Comic-Con, hosted by yours truly. Very excited to talk to Mr. John Campea. I actually just emailed him this morning, giving him all the rundown. He's going to be giving us clips of his new documentary movie trailers, A Love Story.
Oh my gosh.
So it's strictly it's a documentary just about movie trailers. Everything from Superman the movie to Tim Burton's Batman, everything.
So cool.
He's talking about how people, on YouTube who do like trailer reactions and just how popular trailers are, almost more than the movie itself. People look forward to trailers almost more than they look forward to the movies.
Totally. And isn't this his first appearance at a comic convention as a movie creator?
That's true.
As a film writer?
First time at a convention as a filmmaker.
Thank you.
He's entered into the film, what is it, like the film festival circuit.
Yeah.
So he's going to be, this is part of the press run, man.
Love
is hitting
it.
up Baltimore Comic-Con. So I'm really excited to talk about John Campea. Also at 4 o'clock, 50 Years of Overstreet with Mr. Todd McFarlane and Kevin Nolan. Todd McFarlane, creator of Spawn, is going to be coming around. He actually did the cover of the 50 Years of Overstreet. Overstreet is the buying guide, has been the buying guide for, it's like an annual book that comes out and just kind of tells you what comic books are worth. So back before the internet and speculators and stuff, just like with baseball cards, you had a book, and you'd open it up and it would tell you, these are what these books cost, and this is where you purchase them.
Kind of like the Blue Book for comics.
It's the Blue Book for comics, exactly. Well, they're celebrating their 50 years, and Todd McFarlane is going to appear on the show, live in real time, taking questions, so don't miss Todd McFarlane. And Kevin Nolan, which is kind of cool. So he's going to be there talking about Overstreet. They're going to be, there's going to be a few other awesome people we've yet to announce for this panel, but that's going to be a really, really cool one. 5 o'clock, we're doing a deep dive into Marvel with the Streets of Marvel Q&A panel. Also hosted by our good friend Amy Dallin. It's going to have Ryan Stegman, Becky Cloonan, Matthew Rosenberg, Ed Brisson, Philip Kennedy Johnson, all these people just talking about everything that's going on in the House of Ideas, everything that's going on over at Marvel. So 1 hour just talking about cool Marvel shit.
When is my bathroom break for these?
I don't know.
Because I don't see a point in time where I want to get up and go.
Totally live. Can't pause it.
I know.
Also going on at that same time is the Bitter Root panel, which we talked about earlier. Awesome new Eisner Award-winning book, Bitter Root. Got all the creators, David Walker, Chuck Brown, and Sanford Green, talking about the new book, Bitter Root, which is a pretty badass book. Speaking of badass books, this guy right here, Rodney Barnes, the creator of the new book Philadelphia, wildly popular book. It's being called the best vampire book in years. It's already been picked up to be a series.
Nice.
So, and they're like fast tracking it. So this is going to be a TV show. This is going to be hosted by Robert Meyer Burnett. But this guy's awesome. He not only is he making this amazing Philadelphia comic book, he's also the showrunner of some of your favorite shows on television. Everything from I Hate Chris to Everybody Hates
awesome.
Chris.
I didn't realize Everybody Hates Chris.
Yeah, he's got a crazy long laundry list of
that's awesome.
stuff. So IMDb, this guy, Rodney Barnes, and that's going to be a really, really fun one. Man. Especially this book, Philadelphia, man. This issue number 1 of this fucker's going for like $40 right now, if you can even get your hands on it.
Can't find it.
Because it's going to be a show. It's apparently absolutely phenomenal. So don't miss that one at 6 o'clock on Saturday. Also going on at 6 o'clock, another drawing party game, Monstrosity. You might have seen these guys do their live gameplay at Mainframe Comic-Con. They're going to be doing it again. A whole hour they're going to be playing this game live, showing you how to do it. I saw him play it at Mainframe Comic-Con. It was an absolute blast.
I know.
You basically just sketch. Essentially what the game is, the person who's holding a card explains to you what the monster looks like, and then the artists have to draw what they think the monster looks like based on the description, the verbal description given by the host.
Yeah.
And then whoever draws it closer to what the actual card looks like wins.
Oh, that's so much
It's really,
fun.
really cool. Cool. So check that out, 6 o'clock, right here in the enter button. 7 o'clock on Sunday. I told you Sunday was crazy, man.
Holy gamoles.
Kirby's Fourth World, all the crazy Jack Kirby characters, all the New Gods, stuff like that, is going to be picked apart by Tom King, Cecil Castellucci, host and moderated by Robert Meyer Burnett. So they're going to be talking all about the Kirby's Fourth World characters and all the crazy shit. And of course the new Rorschach book, which isn't a Kirby's book, but I'm sure Tom King's going to be talking a little bit about that.
I want to hear him talk about that too.
So that'd be cool. 8 o'clock, we got Mark Waid talking to Tom Brevoort, hosted by Mark Waid, just talking about, working in Marvel, working in comics, what it takes to make it, all that cool stuff, what it was like back in the day.
Yeah.
Mark Waid's great. Talked to him a couple times myself. He's an awesome character.
No kidding. I'm so excited to see that these comic creators are interviewing other comic creators.
I know.
That's so much fun. It's like, what's that YouTube thing where it's like artists
I know what you're talking
interviewing
about.
artists,
Yep.
and this just the Hollywood Reporter
We
thing.
specifically wanted to do that. Like that, we got tired of. We found through doing Mainframe that the funnest
Mm-hmm.
panels are the ones where friends and colleagues get to talk to each other because they both know just as much.
Yeah.
They're make for way better conversations.
I'm
and
so
panels
excited for those.
than just some kid, asking about.
Yeah.
What's it like working for Superman? 9 o'clock, we got Crime Alleys of Gotham. Just talking about DC and Gotham City books. We got Tom King, Joe L. Jones, Brian Hill, Cecil Castellucci, who did Batgirl.
Brian Hill!
Yeah, from Postal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. This
Top
one's going to
Cow.
be hosted by Amy Dallin again. She's doing like 4 panels. So she's doing quite a lot.
Awesome.
So that'll be a really fun one. We're almost to the end here of Sunday. 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, voiceover theater. The voice of Wonder Woman and Superman. This is Susan Eisenberg and George Newbern.
Nice.
They're going to be reading Mark Waid's Kingdom Come book.
Are you serious?
The godfather of Superman and Justice League stories. They're going to be reading it in the voice of Wonder Woman and Superman, and it's actually going to be narrated by Mark Waid. So Mark Waid, the guy that wrote the book, is coming on. He's narrating the book. He's going to be the voiceover guy, and then you got the voice of Wonder Woman and Superman from the animated Justice League.
Cool is that?
Very
like that.
cool.
Oh my god! Set your alarms for that one, man. That blows my mind. That's probably never been done.
Yeah, well,
At least
hopefully
not
we
for
don't
that
get
book.
slapped with a massive copyright strike.
It's Mark Waid's book.
That's true. Explain that to Warner Brothers.
Right.
So finally, the last thing, rounding out, as far as we know right now, we've got the 20th anniversary of the Comic Book Powers with Brian Michael Bendis and Mike Oeming. That's going to be moderated by John Suntress. So you can't beat. We're kicking off the show with Bendis, and we're ending the show with Bendis. So this is a
cool
big
is that?
Bendis sandwich. So more to come, guys. I know that took forever, but I mean, Jesus, there's so many panels to break down
Yeah.
here at Baltimore Comic Con. So go to the website. I implore you, BaltimoreComicConLive.com. Check out all the awesome stuff. Get you some meet and greets, autographs. Get excited. There's like 50-something panels going on over the course of 3 days.
That's so cool.
Lots and lots of content. Tell a friend. Help us promote this thing on social media. Get the word out there. We want as many of you people in the chat as
Check out those
possible.
meet and greets. Most of them come with autographed books or autographed something. Most of them.
Yeah.
So definitely check those out.
Yeah. So, guys, that's our whole show. We'll see you next weekend from Baltimore Comic Con. And, check it out, BaltimoreComicConLive.com. Thanks for watching Chuckload of Comics, guys. This was a long show. Take a second, click the subscribe button. Join us here every single Sunday for a breakdown of all the nerdy, geeky news of the week. So that's about it, guys. Have a fantastic week. We'll see you next week from Baltimore. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.